All right, guys, thank you so much for clicking on our video. This is a three-part series. I am now doing part 3. We tested a 100-watt solar panel, a 200-watt solar panel, 7.5 amp hour batteries, and 5.5 amp hour batteries. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, I will leave some links in the description. You should definitely check those out. Let's go. What time does sunrise?
Today, the sun will rise at 7:05 a.m.
All right, good morning. We are going to start the process. The sun is about to reach the panel. Today will be the long day. It'll be an 8 to 10 hour test day. I am going to be making notes on the increments of what the percentages are and the times, so we can kind of think about that. An hour, you know, and 3 hours and 6 hours, like how much with good sun. Today's going to be a very sunny day, so I'm going to set this up. I did put the solar panel charger in the box there, so it's no sun on it. The weather here is currently about 40 degrees in the AM. It's going to be as high as 61 degrees today, so it won't be a hot day. The Ego Nexus power station can be out in this condition with no problem. I think once you start reaching 100 degrees, that might be a different story. But for today, that's what we're going to do. So let me plug in the solar charging panel. Actually, the panel's already connected. So, you know, this is going to be kind of hard because I'm doing this with one hand. But let me plug in the back here. All right. This is probably going to come out because I'm doing it one-handed. So let me connect this, and I'll be right back. All right, my wires are connected. I am now going to connect the solar adapter to the back of the Ego Nexus power station. All right. And that's it. Now, you know, the panel isn't receiving sun yet, but I want to be ready. So it's ready. It's sitting here ready. And I'll show you how it acts, what it does. And again, I'll be very detailed in the times and things. So the panel should be receiving sun very shortly. And then it'll get about 8 to 10 hours worth of sun. We're going to do a full day today, full day test. One thing me and Brooklyn really like is not having to be outside. We can keep an eye on the charge level on the Ego app. Now, we do wish that the Wi-Fi would work, because then we could be at a restaurant. But we do have to be within range using Bluetooth. As you can see, it shows the battery level, how much time left to charge. It shows the percentage in each of the batteries, which is pretty good. And that's it for now. It shows also that your firmware is updated, which is nice. All right, guys, it is 9:45, and I've decided to move the panel. So I changed the angle because the sun really comes from that direction, and having it in the corner, I would have probably had to wait another hour. So it is 9:45. I have, and it's going to be a little harder to see in the sun, I have 7% battery, okay? So just keep in mind, it says 6 hours and 30 minutes to charge both 7.5 amp hour batteries. Now that would probably be, if I have to say, 6 hours would be 3:40. You're talking 4:15 p.m. These batteries would be full, all right, based off of what this says, all right? So 7%, 9:45 a.m. Sunday. So let's see what happens. Now, you know, again, as you can see here on the panel, it tells you, it does the countdown. Using the app definitely helps you via Bluetooth because Wi-Fi doesn't work. And we do have our flashing green light there. And the solar charger is in a box, so it's not, so, you know, the sun is not on the charger. And it is only like it's going to be a high of 60 today. It's probably about 45 degrees currently. All right, we'll see how this goes, but there's the setup. We've got a 30-foot extension cable, yeah, so the panel has good access to sun, and the birds agree. We'll be back. Hey guys, so one of the things that this does is it blacks the screen out, and I think that's probably normal when you're charging your batteries. The screen will just black out. I'm pretty sure I can probably hit a power button to wake the screen back up, but I'm not going to. You know, if I look at the app, I am an hour in, and I'm going to be doing incremental notes. I'm an hour in, I've got 24%. With 5 hours and 13 minutes remaining. Okay, so not bad. I am connected via Bluetooth. I'm actually able to sit on the couch and do these as well. And I notice, just so you'll know, it does go from one battery to another. So right now it is on battery number 2, charging the second cell. And then it'll stop, and then it'll start charging the other battery here on battery in the bay number 1. All right, guys, it is 12:45. We are on the 3-hour mark, okay? And I am currently at 57% with 2 hours and 51 minutes remaining. All right, check that out, huh? Now I'm going to move the panel because obviously the sun is moving, so I'm going to adjust the panel. You have to. All right, so I'm going to do that, and we'll continue to keep an eye. But 3-hour mark, 57%, 2 hours, 51 minutes. All right, well, Brooklyn is out here with me, and we changed the angle of the panels. Okay, so I want to show you. I moved the chairs for now, my temporary setup. But let me stand back where I was before so you can see that, you know, I actually made the panel lay down a little more. And of course I moved it a little bit because the sun obviously goes, what is it, rise in the east and sets in the west, if I'm not mistaken, right, as I learn. But there you go. All right, guys, this is on time and pretty accurate. When it's done, I will tell you, you will be surprised. One thing I want to say, though, is if you do take the solar charging adapter out of the sun, make sure you make some ventilation, okay? Because this does get hot, okay? You know, I felt pretty darn hot. So it's not burning hot, but it's hot. It's not warm, it's hot. You know, drop it like it's hot. So anyway, you definitely want to give this some ventilation. I did that with this, you know, scientific measurement, you know, how I actually put this box together. I really, really had to use math and science to make this pass through and ventilation. So more to come. All right, I did have to move it a third time, the solar panels. I moved them a third time, obviously as the sun decides to continue to go and fade away on the west. But yeah, the panels are moved. I have about an hour and maybe 10 minutes left, and then I'll have some good information for you. All right, guys. This is now 100%. Both batteries are fully charged. It is 3:56, guys. Okay, it is 3:56. Both batteries are now off, and as you can see, 5 bars. 5 bars. All right, the solar power adapter actually stops charging. The display turns on. It actually was off for a while, okay? And it is showing that both batteries are 100%. This took 6 hours and 10 minutes from this morning, okay? 6 hours and 10 minutes. Again, we did use a 200-watt panel, so I will include that in the description if you guys are going to pick this up. I did also, have 30-foot cables, okay? And I got to tell you, watching this charge for the last 10 minutes, it was weird because on the Ego app, it actually said that it was charging battery number 2, like 102%. And it actually showed battery level at 101% with 10 more minutes. And, I guess, it's not 100%, but once it was done, which is 6 hours and 10 minutes, to charge two 7.5 amp hour batteries. All right, guys, good morning. It is the last test that I'm doing. I said, let me do something different. So I put 5 amp hour batteries on the power station, okay? I not only made that change, but I put a 100-watt panel. All right, so I said, let me see how long a 100-watt panel would charge two 5 amp hour batteries. That's the test today, okay? Now, I can tell you I probably won't have enough time because the panel is half the size of the one that I use to charge the 7.5 amp hour batteries. Now, I am starting earlier, but 12 hours later, it'll be dark. Now, I don't have full sun yet, I'll tell you that, so maybe that'll change, but this is telling me 12 hours. And when I look at the app, and let me get out of the light here so I can come into a spot here. So it is telling me that, these batteries have 5% charge on them. It is 8:30, okay, 8:30 in the morning, 5% charge, so we'll keep that in mind. But we don't have full sun yet, so maybe that'll change. All right, so look, even if I get a 50% charge, I'm going to document 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hours, etc. And we'll see what we get. All right. All right, guys, a 15-minute test so far, just a 15-minute test. Now, I'll tell you, it's a little unfair because it is 8:45 now, so it's 15 minutes in, 7%, so we went up 2%. But here's the thing, right? That was 12 hours, all right, just about 15 minutes ago. So as you could see, the total time to charge the two 5 amp hour batteries, the sun is coming up. I started a little earlier this morning without really solid sun coverage. So just keep that in mind. Unlike the test with the 7.5 amp hour battery, the sun was all the way up in the sky. I had a little bit better coverage, but notice that the panel is seeing that it's receiving more power and says, all right, instead of 12 hours, it's going to be 10 hours and 11 minutes right now. All right, I'll do a 30-minute test coming up in a little while. All right, guys, 30-minute test here. It is now 9 o'clock. And look at that time, 9 hours and 28 minutes. As that panel starts to get that sun, and especially in the right, position, we are now at 9% at 9 a.m. Again, don't be impressed by the time. It takes a while, but look at the countdown dropping, which tells me I'll probably be able to see the full view of this test here. Again, 5 amp hour batteries. I am now going to move the panel. It needs to be moved to the right as the sun, I don't know if you can see that, but as that sun continues to move, you need to move the panel and adjust the panel. All right, guys, here's 1 hour, and let's see where we're at in 1 hour. It is now 9:30 in the morning, okay? We now have 15% with 8 hours and 19 minutes to go. Okay, I didn't move the panels yet. I didn't actually shift the panels. I'm going to soon. Our next test will be in 3 hours. Again, we're just looking at this to see, how it performs. Obviously, it's all about sun. Obviously, there's going to be limitations with the charger, but 9:30 in the morning, 15 minutes with 8 hours and 19 minutes to go. And I'll be changing the position of the panel at some point. All right, guys, the 3-hour test is here. This is the 3 hours, right, on the 5 amp hour battery. And what a difference it makes when the sun is up in the sky with no clouds. Yeah, so right now we have 38% with 5 hours and 56 minutes remaining. Let me show you. 11:30. So we started at 8:30 this morning. We have 38% with 5 hours and 56%, 5 hours and 56 minutes remaining. What a difference. I mean, think about it. 3 hours ago, it said it would be 12 hours to charge this. But again, good sun, good position, blue skies, right? I mean, that's you can't beat the blue skies. Adjusted position, continuing to adjust the position, guys. All right, guys, 6 hours left. I changed the positioning. I continue to. That's very important of the panel. And we are at 2:30 in the afternoon. We've got a 71% charge with 2 hours and 47 minutes remaining. Now, don't forget, this morning when we started this, obviously, we had 12 hours left at 8:30 in the morning. But once the panel gets heated up and warmed up and aligned, again, it's all about exposure and positioning. But yeah, we're doing all right here. That means we'll be done around 5:30 or 5:45, which is great. All right, guys, so I fell asleep. And by doing so, I ended up losing the sun. So on the 5 amp hour test, I must say that I failed you guys. But look, we've got good stats. At the end of the day, it works. And that's really what it comes down to. Now, I did move the panel over to the corner. I don't know what else is going to happen. As you can see, I'm running out of sun. But yeah, I mean, it worked on the 5 amp hour battery, and it worked on the 7.5 amp hour battery. Wow, that was really fun. I'm so excited to make this 3-part series. And if you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, please check those out, okay? I will put the links in the description. But guys, not bad. I mean, another alternative, right? To charging. And as you know, I used a 200 watt panel, right? And everybody was worried. No, you're not supposed to use a 200 watt panel. This solar panel and any solar panel never gives you 100% efficiency. So just realize that. I'm lucky if I got 150 watts out of this, really. It's nowhere going to be, and this charging adapter can receive up to 180 watts. So I did collaborate a little bit with Ego and ask them some questions before I did that, I promise you. But you know what? This Ego power station is on now. The batteries are full. And let's go over some test results. So check this out. The 7.5 amp hour test with the 2 batteries using this 200 watt panel charged in 6 hours and 10 minutes. That I was really impressed with that. The 5 amp hour test that we did with the 100 watt panel, right, the smaller panel, the estimate was 8 hours and 47 minutes. And it kept getting better as we got better sun. It is all about the sun and the angle of the panel, right? Hey, I'm going to make sure that all of this stuff is in the description as well. If you ever can support the channel and buy our stuff, that'd be great. We are an Amazon affiliate, and we're trying to become a Walmart affiliate because it's one of the ways we can buy products. It's one of the ways we help pay our bills. And yeah, I still work full time too. I have no choice. Guys, here's the thing, okay? Based off of the tests you saw in this video, tell me, are you disappointed? Are you impressed? Were you surprised? Share your comments below. I'd really like to know. Also, what questions do you have? What comments do you have? Post them down there. That's what this channel is about. I love it. It's super fun, which is really nice. And also, what do you want to see, right? Let me know. I will always try my best. I've got the, Select Cut XP mower coming out soon. I'm going to be doing some tests on that. But yeah, man, this was really, really fun. Hey guys, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. As you can see, Brooklyn, she's waving her tail for you. Take a moment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and you'll get notified of new videos we come out with. Also, follow us and contact us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.